Imagine spending a beautiful day at the beach, the sun warming your skin, and the waves gently lapping at your feet. But as the day goes on, you begin to notice strange happenings. Whispers on the wind, shadows in the water, and an overwhelming sense of dread. What was once a place of joy transforms into a scene of horror as you realize that something is terribly wrong. Are you truly safe? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 disturbing true beach horror stories. Beaches are often the setting for relaxation and fun, but sometimes they become the backdrop for chilling experiences that will leave you looking over your shoulder. Let's dive into these tales and uncover the darkness that lies beneath the waves. Story 1 by Emma Harris. My name is Emma Harris, and I want to share a terrifying experience from my childhood that forever changed how I view beaches. It was the summer of my 12th birthday, and my family decided to spend the week at a beachside cottage in Florida. I was excited to build sandcastles and play in the ocean. One evening, as the sun set, I ventured to the shore to collect seashells. The beach was deserted, and the sound of the waves crashing against the shore was soothing. As I knelt down, I noticed something glinting in the sand. Curiosity piqued, I dug it out, revealing an old locket. The intricate design and its tarnished surface intrigued me. As I held it in my hand, I felt a sudden chill, as if the temperature had dropped. Looking around, I saw a dark figure standing at the water's edge. The figure was shrouded in shadow, and despite the fading light, I could make out a woman dressed in a flowing white gown, her hair swirling as if underwater. I felt an unnatural pull to her, a desire to go closer, but something told me to run. I dropped the locket and sprinted back to the cottage. My heart raced as I burst through the door, breathless. I told my parents what I had seen, but they brushed it off as my imagination running wild. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The locket had drawn something out of the depths, something that shouldn't have been disturbed. In my dreams, I saw the woman again, her expression a mixture of sorrow and anger. When I woke up, the locket was at the foot of my bed, though I was sure I left it on the beach. The next morning, I begged my parents to leave, and to my relief, they agreed. As we packed, I felt a sense of urgency, like I was being chased. Driving away, I looked back at the beach, and the figure was there once more, staring at me with hollow eyes. It wasn't until years later that I learned the area had a tragic history. Many women had drowned there, their spirits forever lingering on the shore. I never returned to that beach, and to this day, I refuse to collect shells, fearing what they might awaken. Story 2 by Ben Rivera. My name is Ben Rivera, and I've always had a love for the ocean. A few summers ago, my friends and I decided to escape the city and spend a weekend at a remote beach known for its beauty. We arrived, set up camp, and spent the day swimming and sunbathing, completely unaware of the dark history surrounding the area. As dusk fell, we gathered around a bonfire. The warmth was comforting, but the sound of the waves felt ominous, almost as if they were whispering secrets. Someone mentioned the legend of a woman who had drowned nearby, searching for her lost child. At first, we laughed it off as just another ghost story, but a chill crept into the air. Later that night, we decided to swim under the moonlight. The water felt warm against our skin, and we splashed around laughing. But as we ventured farther from shore, an uneasy feeling settled over me. Suddenly, I heard a soft voice calling my name from the depths, almost melodic yet chilling. I turned to my friends who were oblivious to the eerie sensation. The voice called again, more insistent this time. Fear gripped me, and I urged my friends to head back, but it felt like the ocean was pulling me deeper. I fought against the current, panic rising in my chest. Just when I thought I was lost, I managed to swim back to shore, gasping for air. My friends rushed to my side, confusion in their eyes. "What happened?" they asked. I told them about the voice, but they dismissed it, laughing it off as fatigue or a trick of the night. Still shaken, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me from the depths. When dawn broke, I saw a figure on the shore, a woman in a white dress, her hair flowing in the wind. To this day, I wonder about her. The ocean may seem inviting, but I've learned it can conceal dark secrets. pulling you under both literally and metaphorically. Story 3 by Lisa Ferris. I'm Lisa Ferris, and my experience at the beach was a chilling reminder that not all is as it seems. My husband and I planned a romantic getaway to a picturesque beach resort. The place was stunning, with golden sands and turquoise waters that beckoned us to relax. One afternoon, we decided to explore the coastline. As we wandered further away from the crowded resort, we stumbled upon a secluded cove. The water was a brilliant blue, and we couldn't resist the urge to swim. As we splashed around, I noticed something unusual in the distance, something bobbing in the waves. Curiosity got the better of us, so we swam out to investigate. As we got closer, I realized it was a small, weathered boat, its hull partially submerged. I looked back at my husband, who was now scanning the horizon with a frown. "Let's check it out," he said, and we climbed aboard. The interior was eerily quiet, and the boat was covered in strange carvings and symbols I didn't recognize. As we explored, I suddenly felt a cold gust of wind sweep through the cabin. The atmosphere shifted, and I could sense an overwhelming dread. My husband called me over, pointing to something tucked away in the corner. It was a small locked box. We pried it open, revealing a collection of old photographs depicting people. Some smiling, some looking terrified. It was unsettling, but what shocked us the most was a picture of a couple that looked remarkably like us. The date written on the back was from decades ago. We stumbled back onto the beach, hearts racing. That's when I saw them, figures emerging from the water, their faces gaunt and eyes hollow. They seemed to be staring directly at us, their expressions a mix of sadness and longing. I grabbed my husband's hand, and we ran back to the resort, not stopping until we reached the safety of our room. To this day, I can't shake the feeling that the cove was a portal to another time, a place where lost souls wander. We checked out the next day, leaving behind the beautiful beach and the dark mystery it held. Story 4 by Ryan Kim. I'm Ryan Kim, and I've always loved the beach, until one summer when it turned into a nightmare. My friends and I went on a camping trip to a remote beach known for its stunning views and tranquil atmosphere. We set up our tents and planned a night of fun by the campfire. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we lit the fire and shared ghost stories. The mood was light until someone mentioned the local legend of a woman who drowned in the waters nearby, searching for her lost child. According to the tale, her spirit roamed the beach, seeking revenge on those who disturbed her peace. At first, we laughed it off, but an uneasy feeling settled over us as the night grew darker. After a while, I decided to take a walk along the shore, needing some fresh air. The moon cast a silver glow on the water, and the sound of the waves was oddly soothing. Suddenly, I heard a soft voice calling my name, echoing from the water. I turned around, but no one was there. I shook it off as my imagination, but the feeling of being watched crept over me. I felt an urge to walk closer to the water, a strange compulsion that made my heart race. That's when I saw her, a figure standing at the water's edge, her hair billowing like seaweed and her dress soaked. I froze, my mind racing. "Help me," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the crashing waves. I could see her face clearly now, a mix of anguish and despair. I was terrified, yet I felt drawn to her. But as I took a step forward, the waves surged violently, crashing against the shore. In that moment, the figure vanished, leaving only ripples in the water. I stumbled back, my heart pounding in my chest. When I returned to the camp, my friends were gone. I searched frantically, calling their names, but there was only silence. I spent the rest of the night alone, terrified of what I had seen and convinced the spirit had taken them. It wasn't until dawn that I found them asleep in a neighboring campsite, completely unaware of my panic. But I knew what I had experienced was real. To this day, I refuse to go near the ocean at night, haunted by the memory of that woman and her tragic fate. Story 5 by Alex Turner. My name is Alex Turner, and I've encountered horrors at the beach that still haunt me. It was a family trip to a popular beach destination. Everything was perfect. The sun was shining, and the waves were inviting. We spent the day swimming and sunbathing, laughing and creating memories. As evening fell, my sister and I decided to explore a rocky area down the shore. The tide was coming in, and we waded into the shallow water, searching for seashells. Suddenly, we spotted a strange object half buried in the sand. Curious, we pulled it out. a battered old journal. The pages were yellowed and fragile, filled with frantic handwriting. As we read, the words revealed a terrifying account of a family that had disappeared on that very beach years ago. The last entry spoke of something dark lurking in the water, something that called to them, luring them away. We felt an unsettling chill as we realized we were standing right where they had vanished. Just then, we heard a low rumbling from the sea, and the waves began to crash harder against the rocks. My sister and I exchanged nervous glances, and instinctively, we started to back away. But it was too late. The water surged toward us, pulling us closer. My sister screamed as I felt the current tugging at my legs, dragging me into the depths. I fought against the pull, desperate to reach the shore, but the water felt alive, wrapping around me like a vice. In that moment of panic, I glanced back at the beach and saw shadows moving just beyond the water's edge, figures reaching out as if trying to warn us. I remembered the journal's last words and fear gripped me. Somehow I summoned enough strength to break free, and I clawed my way to the sand, dragging my sister behind me. We collapsed on the beach, gasping for air. The waves receded, leaving the journal abandoned at the water's edge. My parents rushed over, worried about our pale faces, but we never spoke of what happened that night. We left the beach the next morning, shaken and haunted by the knowledge that something dark lurked beneath the surface. Even now, when I hear the waves crashing, I can't help but feel the cold grip of the ocean's depths, reminding me that some secrets are better left buried. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more creepy stories. Which of these stories gave you a chilling experience? Let us know. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that are real.